Hello YouTube, Prince here, and today I wanted to discuss about the Heihachi Mishima teaser that we got at Evo, and I didn't do it yet because I am actually not reacting to this. I already seen it, and I saw it in the morning as soon as I was preparing my breakfast. I saw a text from one of my friends that he likes to troll me a lot of times, and I immediately clicked on it, and it was real. Um, and so I watched it. I'm actually really happy. I'm more of a Kazuya fan, obviously, out of all the Mishimas, but Heihachi, I really like him, and um, I'm so happy for my friend as well because he's mained Heihachi for quite a while. And I saw him getting a little away from the game lately. Because yes, we have Reina in Tekken 8, but Reina is not Heihachi. She has she shares some of the moves and some of the gameplay of Heihachi of being really oppressive, putting a lot of pressure into the opponent with mids and highs that are actually really strong, but having shit lows, right? That was Heihachi as well in Tekken 7, but it's clearly not Heihachi. It doesn't give the same vibe. Heihachi is this muscular grandpa. Like that's a whole other archetype, in my opinion. Uh, and I mean, we all miss them, kind of, right? Like, except the real haters. But how can you hate a character that's been in Tekken ever since the beginning? Like, he's either been like the villain or like some, I don't want to say like Tekken 7 he was the hero, but we all know they're both shit. They're both shit human beings, if we can call them human beings. And but either way, like let's start to analyze this teaser, because when I saw the teaser, it was clearly given away immediately that it was a Hachi, and I'm gonna explain right now why. I'm gonna pause the video. 13th anniversary. That's impressive. And that's also fitting that they put a Hachi back. So now, exactly right now, the paintings are showing what we've already seen in Tekken 8 story. However, we thought that that painting was symbolizing Heihachi and Kazuya's final battle in Tekken 7. Why? Because here we see a picture of a painting of Raijin. So for those who don't know, Raijin is the name of basically the thunder god of Japanese culture. And so we see Raijin here, and then we see a picture representing probably Kazuya, Devil Mode, because it looks very similar. He has a third eye and eye on the chest, just like the Tekken 7 True Devil transformation. A little different from the Tekken 8 because he fused with Azazel, so it looks just a little different, but it is what it is. And so this was given away immediately. If this trailer treats about this, like the first thing they showed us is this painting, this already gave it away. Then they show the Mishima Zaibatsu logo. If this isn't clear enough, I don't know what is. Because in Tekken 8, in the story, we learned that the Mishimas were around ever since long, long ago, long in the past, right? And like ancient times, really. And they just give it away. The Mishimas are so hard to kill. They're so hard to die, and that's because they're descendants of these of the Raijin. Like it's like they're the children of God, right? And hence why they have lightning particles when they hit and smack people in the game. And it just makes a little more sense if you think about it, that in this very long saga, every time they hit an explosion in their face, alive. They fall off cliffs, alive. I mean, Kazuya had the devil gene going on, so that's why he survived. But he also is a son of Raijin, so that makes sense, right? Heihachi falling off cliffs as well. He doesn't have the devil gene, but now it makes sense. They're not exactly human. And also in the past, Sarada has been seeing that they're not exactly normal humans. And now we know just a little bit more. We don't need the exact informations and everything, but this already explains a little bit as to why these guys survive everything. And then we see this new logo, the fist. Uh, I think there couldn't be any more perfect logo for the return of Heihachi. Why? Because he's the inventor, I believe. I think, yes, he is the actual creator of the King of Iron Fist tournament. And King of Iron Fist in Japanese is Tekken. Hence why we have the Iron Fist here as a logo. And we see here the monks that supposedly they are the new apprentices of Heihachi. These two statues represent exactly Raijin and Fujin. Raijin is the one on the right, the one that has little things that look like instrumental, um, like they look like I don't know how they're called in English. I'm sorry, but they look like an instrument. And these things traditionally are represented with three tomoes, just like the Sharingan of Naruto. In case you don't know what the tomos are, but they look like tears, you know. And so this is Raijin. He's supposedly represented as red-skinned, and the one on the left is Fujin, represented with this airbag kind of looking thing, where he contains all the air, all the wind that he can release at will. So the god of thunder and the god of wind. Then we see this funny thing. I laughed real hard when I saw that live. We see the monks wave dashing in the fire. Then we see a monk casually training, doing thunder god fists. So they clearly give away that this is Mishima style training, and this is already another thing that gave it away that it was Heihachi. This is 442. I really like the effect on the steam here. I really love it.
Sobre os monges Tekken.
So here it says, unknown organization of warrior monks' existence first confirmed 6 months ago. At the time, the Mishima Zaibatsu has been engaged in a back-and-forth war against G-Corp, with the Tekken force at the center of the conflict. However, the combination of Officer Nina Williams' departure from the Zaibatsu and the disappearance of its leader, Heihachi Mishima, turned the tide of the war in G-Corp's favor. Yeah, so this is when Heihachi has been missing. With the chain of command thrown into chaos, G-Corp used the opportunity to launch a large-scale attack on the Zaibatsu. In one fell swoop, G-Corp's imminent victory was secured with its crushing defeat of the Zaibatsu on the North American front. The Mishima Zaibatsu long feared collapse at the ends of G-Corp brought the war to a conclusion, yet G-Corp has continued its worldwide invasion, nevertheless under the
Eliminando os
because we can't read, the remaining scourge of Mishima Zaibatsu.
restos da Mishima Zaibatsu.
We're not gonna read all that, but essentially they're explaining when they actually showed up. Here we see this one is Heihachi basically. This one is clearly Heihachi dressed as like a monk leader, okay? And we can see that like from the scars, okay? Like he has the scars of Heihachi. It's not just a how do you say that? speculation. Here we see Demon Breath, the 1+2 move that Heihachi does. And here we see a sequence that looks like the old Heihachi Tenet string, but it's a little different. Bam! Thunder God Fist, that was sick as fuck. And here we can see the scratches here that look exactly like the end of this teaser. I'm gonna show you what. So here, probably the new main protagonists of the story are gonna meet the monks at the Mishima building, whatever. Basically, it's like a new Honmaru. I don't remember how it's called in the game. It has a secluded training ground, I think it's called. Exactly where you can see Raijin, the demon, the red demon here, and if you look at the stage, you can see Fujin as well. So exactly like the new stage that we saw before. And now Reina says it's almost time. Almost time for what? Well, Heihachi resurrection. Because Heihachi actually died in Tekken 7. He is not just survived like everyone is saying online. He died. He died big time. And what she was doing the whole Tekken 8, if you remember, she was trying to learn how to use the double gene, right? And for what reason? Well, we didn't know before. We just knew that at the end of the story, spoiler alert, at the end of the story, Reina transforms into devil form, and exactly after she transforms, she says like father or something. I don't remember exactly what she didn't finish her line, okay? But we knew that this was for her father, and now we know that she wants to resurrect him. That's at the very least my speculation, my theory, and I think it's 99% true. Like we're gonna see in a moment. So we see this ritual here, the moon turning red. We saw this, I think, in one of the Reina uh, episode endings, or so, I remember, where she was probably dreaming of her father's return or some shit, I think. No, no, no. She was dreaming of being like in command of everything, just like the father did back then. But so we see the red moon, everything turning red. This is probably a battle between Lydia and the monks. So everyone is involved in this. Now we see this. Now we see for a brief moment, we see Lydia's old picture with her father, which I would argue is probably gonna matter to the story. I don't know how. I suspect he may be the new body host, but at the same time, I am 90% sure it's not the case because at the end of the teaser, we're gonna see the body of Heihachi, and he still has all the scars of his old battles. Okay, so that cannot be the case if they resurrect him through a body that it's not his one. You know what I mean? Unless they are doing this with weird genetics. So in that case, anything can happen. I guess it's a fantasy world, so we don't know. But he sure means something to the story. Otherwise, why the fuck are they showing her? That one, that one. I believe that blue thing is either the devil gene taking form for some plot necessary, for some plot necessary development, or is Heihachi resurrection. We see all the monks been caught in an explosion and we don't know why. But then we see This is not the volcano where Kazuya and Heihachi fought. Why am I saying this? It's because exactly here we see a statue that was not in the volcano where they fought. It was just a volcano. But here we see Heihachi. He looks like he's just alive. Okay, like everyone is saying, oh, he's alive, survived the volcano, blah blah blah. How? I don't know. Like you guys are not looking at the teaser apparently, but this guy is just this is just a bait. Okay, the volcano is just a bait. And why? They also show this, but apparently are blind. They show the patricide fist of Kazuya hitting him and killing him. And everyone be saying, oh, maybe Kazuya just passed his devil power to him. I don't think that's the case. It could be, because it's Tekken. It could very much be. But I don't think it's the case. I think this is just the particle effects of patricide fist that we also got in Tekken 8. If you do CD1 plus 2, there's cool particle effects when you do that. But we're gonna have to see for that one. But this fist was so strong, it left literally a mark. The fucking fist, the Kazuya fist on his chest here. Okay? So you could guess, oh my god, Heihachi survived, so that's why he has the gi is all broken, the clothes are all dirty, and he's steaming. If you see him, he's steaming actually. You can see the smoke coming off of him. Okay, but I don't think that's the case because look, he has the new logo. So he must have been resurrected before this moment. You know what I mean? He must have been resurrected before he got his new logo, his new organization as well, and then he fought someone here, and that's why he's all dirty and messed up, but happy as well because he's fighting. Probably, I expect him to be fighting Kazuya here again, and that's why he's happy. In my opinion, to be honest, in this moment, in this fight, he's gonna wear his monk kind of clothings, and he's gonna fight Kazuya here. And when Kazuya finally breaks up all of his clothes, he reveals himself. And that's why he says, I'm Heihachi Mishima. I'm here. I'm back. You know what I mean? Like that's my prediction of how things are gonna go for this specific moment. But in my opinion, he got resurrected, probably with a ritual. Reina is probably involved, and why would they do this? I mean, Kazuya got resurrected. We all know he got resurrected by G Corporation, right? While they were studying the devil genes in him and blah blah blah. So why can't he? Like father, like son, right? So that's a. I think they have the same fate. They just get resurrected, and on top of this, he seems a little younger compared to Tekken 7 when he actually died. I think he got resurrected in his fucking prime power. You know what I mean? Like strong grandpa. But anyway, let's watch this one time.
わしこそが三島平八じゃ
And here we also read the King of Iron Fist, Resurrection. And they don't mean the tournament. They mean the king, Heihachi, is back. He's resurrected. I don't think this is just for wording, you know what I mean? And then we see, of course, in the first time we saw all the trolling of Arada, and then finally we see that he's gonna be out in autumn. This fall, we're gonna have the DLC story. These two are gonna be very prominent in the story, and he's probably gonna be like the final boss or whatever. And I would expect Winter to be another very important character because you can't release a Hachi and then just a side character, right? That would sound a little weird. I would guess that you need something like Ancient Ogre Kazumi or Jinpachi. If you don't want to have guest characters in the first season, I would guess these three, only these three make sense. Kazumi could make a difference because Kazuya was mad. In Tekken 7, he was mad that he found out that Heihachi killed his mother. So, probably seeing Heihachi coming back, he could want his mother to come back. You know what I mean? Like that could be something, you know? Jinpachi also very loved by Kazuya as a person, like probably one of the few. And we all like the community loves Jinpachi, okay? And and Ancient Ogre can be relevant because of June. We still have to figure out exactly what happened to June. Like we know a little bit from the special chapter, but it could still be explored a little bit better. And all these three characters are sick. I would argue Kazumi a little bit less because she's like the easy to play Mishima. You don't need the wave dash. You just do the Mishima fundamental moves like 1-1-2, 1-2-2, Hell Sweep from a manual stance, Wind God Fist from the manual stance. They're not exactly the same iteration of moves. She has more poke reliant gameplay, but maybe they could, you know, rework her. Because if she's coming back, you bet on it she's coming back with Double G. And instead of just giving the normal Kazumi moveset that they did in Tekken 7, they could mix her up with some demonic powers. And she would probably be more interesting than just Kazumi. But I doubt she's ever gonna match the relevance of Ancient Ogre or Jinpachi. Besides, this is just speculation. This is just what I think is possible to happen in the story. I did not expect Heihachi, just to be clear. I thought he was just coming without a story relevance. Like just a ghost. Just, hey, I know you love Heihachi, DLC, you can play him. Uh, just like, uh, just like I don't know if they ever did like some character that's already dead, like I don't know, Wang Jinre or some shit like that. Besides, I'm happy for all the Heihachi mains, and I look forward to play the story mode. I really am interested in seeing if I actually predicted everything. And thank you for watching, guys. And see you in the next video. Um, or live on Twitch as usual. I reached Tekken Emperor finally with Kazuya, and I'll take a little break, but soon I'll probably go for Tekken God. Um, thank you again. See you around. Bye bye.